Failed with minor repairs, repairs by a fully licensed vendor. Permit may be required. Engineer oversight, 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in the year of a load test. Load test still may be required by the AHJ.
Farescape engineers, this Farescape is a fairly new Farescape system, probably built within the past 10 to 15 years. All construction, bolted, and anything that's a weld is a shop weld, as you can see here, shop welded, field bolted, which is acceptable. So a lot of this is shop welded, but field bolted. This is a great example of a Farescape that has welds, all these welds, but then all the installation is bolted. Okay, so going down, treads are good, everything's good. You got a little bit of rust that's starting to show up here. I highly recommend for the longevity that all this gets sealed. Currently, I don't have any problem with this Farescape other than it does need a spot paint job because rust is starting to show here, but not enough rust on this for me to fail it at this time. The only thing we have as a failure currently on this Farescape is the cantilever is out of balance. I'll be showing that in a second. Comes all the way down, good construction, tied in well. Missing a catwalk here, but if it's pre-existing non-conforming, we'll leave that alone. Let the city ask if they want a catwalk. Otherwise, if this is a fire-rated roof, otherwise that's supposed to have an elevated catwalk system that comes here, turns here, feeds the people back over here. Here's another similar construction Farescape. As you can see here, some of these connections they're pulling out a little bit, but again, I don't see that as a major issue because it's secured. Great, the grating is secured. Construction welded, all shop welding with bolt connections, which is great. Going down, the treads are the same thing. As you can see, shop welded treads but bolted connections. That's the way it's to be. All the railings, shop welded but bolted connected. Does need a paint job. I would recommend that you spot paint this Farescape, otherwise give it a full paint job. But again, we're still not having a major issue with the paint. This is the release mechanism. So see this mechanism right here? When you release it, she's supposed to drop that cantilever by itself without you. By the time you get around, she's already going to be in a down position. That's not the case. So currently the only failure is that the cantilever is out of balance. We're going to figure out why. We got a major, wow, we need to discuss this. It looks like there's a major wall deflection here that has to be addressed on the neighbor's building, but it's affecting this side of the building. So we have to just identify just what's going on here. But we definitely got a big bulge. We'll discuss with them because just look at I can put my fist here and it's super tight up there. So whether or not that has to be looked at, that's going to require further investigation. Otherwise, it's heavy-duty construction, tying in properly, coming in here. Now, as I walk out on this, I'm supposed to walk out 25%, and that's about 4 or 5. See how it's going down? So right now, she is balanced, and I stepped out within the first 25, and she started going down. So she probably just needs some greasing, because now I'm trying to make it come back by itself, and I am. So it looks like the mechanism needs to be left like that, and it looks like she just needs some greasing. So I'm going to put that up to maintenance, which means that if somebody did come down and they stepped on the first 25, she will go down. So currently this Farescape system will pass inspection. The recommendation is that you do get some painting done. The recommendation is that you do grease it up, but right now there's more paint than rust, and a lot of it is surface rust. There's no internal rust of any kind. I have no structural issues. And the only thing that's going to be conditional is in further discussion that we're going to disclaim this wall simply because, see this major structural crack coming here, this major structural crack coming here, and this crack coming here. That's sort of an identifier that we may have something here. So pending the resolution of what's going on, because this I have to tie into a building that is already guaranteed for me to be in good condition. So from here on, I can certify this part as a certifiable fire escape. But what I'm attaching to, I can't speak about this, but you can definitely see spacing issues. And if it's any indicator, look at the neighbor. The neighbor's wall is all bulged out and blown out. So whether or not his water has gotten in and affected the structural condition or the bulging, that bulging where water gets in and through freeze and thaw blew that out, but at the same time blew out your wall, you may have recourse from their insurance company to fix your wall because it's affecting your fire escape. Any questions? Fire escape engineers, 866-649-0333.
Load test still may be required by the AHJ. Failed with minor repairs. Repairs by a fully licensed vendor. Permit may be required. Engineer oversight, 3 site visits. Certification with owner liability in lieu of a load test. Fire escape issues. Photos represent what the violations are, not where they are or how many exist. Pass-fail inspection, not technical repair report.